phantasm? Is it a nightmare? Phantasm. Is it an illusion? Phantasm.
What the fuck is up? Welcome to the FANTASM Podcast. I'm Gorechrist. With me as always, Dr. Vincent motherfucking Wes.
Hello.
We have a special guest here with us today. We have Sewage of Exhumed. What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
And what has the doctor chosen today? Well, actually, this is my pick.
Yeah,
today.
this is not on me.
We got New York Ripper today. And this, of course, is, I don't think Ross has seen this film so far.
I have not seen this movie.
And the doctor's not very fond of Fulci stuff.
No, I think he's what a lot of people... I don't know. If that's what you're into, it's great. The Italian horror thing confuses me. I don't know.
Because they're confusing fucking movies.
Thank you. Yeah, I just, I like some of the music in some of these movies, and I like some of the gore, but I just don't. I don't know. I never am like, oh man, let me sit down and watch an Italian horror film.
Well, I don't even think they want to watch their movies or pay attention to their scripts or anything else. They just get to this eyeball cutting scene and that's it.
Right, yeah. You gotta...
And there you go. 1 minute in, severed hand.
Yep.
Looks great.
It's obviously a hooker hand, you can tell.
With long nails.
The New York hooker hand. There we go. And
yeah, I get the Italian. People love the Italian. There's a lot to love about them. They have great cinematography. They have awesome colors.
Sure.
Like that's Argento's. People, I think they're just wowed because he's a great like visual artist.
Sure, yeah.
But god damn it, they need some script supervisors over there.
I agree with you completely.
It's just from the get-go, it's off the rails. You're just like, what?
Well, he took Dawn of the Argento in particular took Dawn of the Dead, one of like the best horror movies ever made, and kind of turned it into a meandering piece of shit.
But the soundtrack's cool. The soundtrack is always good. But then
even that, it's like, okay, I love Goblin, I love listening to their CDs, but on Dawn of the Dead, he took and replaced all the source music and put in more Goblin, and it's like the worst Goblin ever recorded. It's fucking terrible. And I saw him do it live at Housecore Horror this year, and
nice, man.
They just kept hitting the same stings for like an hour, and I was like, and then 15-minute breaks in between for dialogue, and I was like, this got to be the easiest gig ever.
It's like brr, brr, brr,
yeah,
brr.
The best music bits out of Dawn of the Dead were source music. They weren't even fucking Goblin. But,
right.
I mean, obviously, the Suspiria soundtrack is great, and a bunch of other shit.
Sure, yeah. I do like Suspiria. That's a good. This movie's actually kind of creepy.
It plays better than most Italian horror movies.
But it is long as fuck. Like once you're at the end of it, it's like, all right, I've already, I thought this was over 10 hours ago.
If you like watching like dubbed kung fu movies like I do, then there can be a charm to like the really poorly dubbed voices on them.
Right.
Oh
What
yeah.
the fuck is hanging off that lady's shoulder?
I have no idea. She's supposed to be like a super New York woman. The other thing is like they'll get American actors in these films, but then they'll like overdub their shit, and then it looks like they're not American. I don't know.
It's strange. Weird. I think John Saxon, I forget which fucking Argento movie he was in, but he didn't get dubbed.
And then that guy right there, the detective guy, Jack Hedley, he was in fucking Bond films and shit. He was in For Your Eyes Only right before this, actually.
They throw money at these guys, and they'll do some shit Italian. What I was reading about speaking of James Bond, there was an Italian knockoff of James Bond called James Bond's Brother.
Really?
And they actually hired Sean Connery's brother to be the super spy. And then got a bunch of Bond actors because they just threw a bunch of money at him and flew him to Italy for, a nice vacation.
That's really
I'll have
strange.
to watch that. That sounds hilarious.
Oh, I know. I just saw screenshots. I haven't seen it yet. I got to track it down.
Yeah, that's actually sounds like something watchable. Just for fun,
You're right though. That guy right there, he's He's
Timothy Havelock.
Right, he's the main chick's daughter that gets killed on the boat by that Cuban hitman with the plane.
Yeah, he gets killed like pretty early on in that film. She doesn't in this. He lasts the whole time, fucker. I think. I don't remember.
That actually,
spoiler alert.
That's actually halfway redeemed this for me. Are you a Bond fan at all?
Me?
Yeah. I love it too, and I it's so weird because I've seen this movie, just pieces of it, but I never caught that he was in this because I like Fear Eyes Only. I don't know, it's weird that I'd never even noticed that he was in this.
Wait, that's a Roger Moore one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ones I liked as a kid, but I can't watch as an adult.
I get that.
I can't do with the clown face and the fucking, oh god, Roger Moore's so fucking terrible.
It is. I don't know, nostalgia for me. Like I like watching those when I'm hammered. I don't know. I think they're.
They have some of the best stunts in those ones, in the Roger Moore ones, like the car flipping scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or not even flipping, like it fucking does a barrel roll. It's pretty incredible. But then Roger Moore was like a super pacifist who hated guns, which kind of killed the fucking character with a license to kill.
I agree. Yeah. Did you like Timothy Dalton at all?
I didn't really. Those are pretty bad. It's not his.
They
fault,
are.
though.
They are. I think he's pretty good in them considering what he's working with. But
yeah, he's all right. But the movies are pretty shit. Like that cello scheme.
Oh yeah, that's
just fucking embarrassing.
It is. I totally agree with you. You watch. I don't know. I guess the only Bond I never was really crazy about. All my friends, for some reason, like that Lazenby film, and I never was into that.
Her Majesty's Secret
Do you like that one? Everybody
likes
likes that one. Yeah, I never could get into that
one. Because he actually did a lot of his own stunts.
Did he?
I
didn't know that.
He was probably the most active Bond before Daniel Craig, honestly.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I met him once at a convention. He was super nice.
He's got to be kind of sad, man.
Yeah.
He fucked up his whole career.
Yeah. He
became like a huge party boy and was like, I hate the system. I'm not going to cut my hair to do another movie. And then they were like, well, you're fucking gone, you nobody.
Right. Speaking of which, we'll talk about that a second. Did you like Diamonds Are Forever? I think that's a great movie.
It's silly as fuck, but it's entertaining. Was it those two?
The two gay hitmen, yeah, they're hilarious. Mr. Went and Mr. Kidd.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like there's definitely a lot of cocaine going on in that script.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think
on set and everywhere else.
Sean choking the chick at the beginning of the film with her bikini top, I thought was awesome.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Such an awful character.
It is.
He has to be dead like 50 times over from different STDs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. He was fucking everything.
You know, he made his own penis. That was a weapon too. It's like, you know, Q made him his own penis weapon.
Mine is too. It makes people run away.
Now, this is obvious that this bitch is about to die. So this is the first kill in this film.
It's a girl in the New York Ripper.
Yeah.
They're going to die. All of them are going to die.
She's alone. There's this little carport thing in the ship.
She was pissed at the driver, right?
Yeah.
Because this is a cool thing to do.
Well, you know, she was biking and the driver was like, you know, checking out her European buns on the bike, and then here she is, and he's like, yes. Like he basically followed her here.
I guess that's not so bad, the lipstick trick. That's a fair prank.
Yeah,
It's not like she's keying the paint job.
Typical New Yorker, you know. Just
that would deserve death, for sure.
This shit'll never come off.
But literally the shit. Oh, the POV.
Yeah.
It's like the entire remake of Maniac.
She didn't even get to put head in there. It just wrote shit. And this part's just weird, too. It's just kind of like, she's like all welcoming to this guy that's, you know, I don't know. She's like, yeah, come on in the car with me. And he's like doing his Donald Duck, whatever he does. I don't know.
Oh, damn. Oh, there's my subtitles.
See, you said Maniac. That would have been a good one to do. That one's fun.
Did you like the remake?
God, no.
I thought it was interesting. Like the techniques used, but like
I just can't take Elijah Wood
right. If it had
seriously.
been any other actor, maybe I could have got into it. But every time I see him, I'm just like
Elijah Wood. The whole time he just looks like he's
Frodo.
gonna cry. So I don't know.
Yeah,
he looks like he's gonna cry. I can't take him seriously. Like I can tell he's,
like
he gets the depression part down, but That's it. Yeah, like I don't see him as a menacing guy. He's just kind of like, I don't know.
No, but I think he's actually a genuine like horror fan and stuff.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's really into. I mean, he's just an interesting dude in general. But he also was the thing I was reading lately. He came out and was talking about the giant child sex prostitute rings in Hollywood.
Jesus.
Good God.
Wait, did I get?
Ooh.
Where's the? Oh, ouch.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say where'd the blood go, but he's dead already.
New York Ripper, indeed.
There we go.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice laceration there.
That I want some toast now.
The strawberry jam there.
But that looks pretty good. Shit, that's gross. Nice. Little flesh ripping.
That's a good start. That's the thing.
Really gonna be bummed out on all the damage on his car now.
I don't know if I forget if they leave her in the car like that or not.
Oh wait, Elijah Wood. Yeah, apparently there's a bunch of child sex rings with Hollywood bigwigs that nobody's talking about.
That's fucking crazy.
I remember.
He said his mom protected him.
Didn't they say something? It's a year or two ago. They were saying that Bryan Singer, that X-Men guy, was like molesting the people that auditioned for him or something. Or
yeah, well, that was the one where there was like allegations, a lot of allegations, and then it was the guy who played, I forget his name, the guy who played Nightcrawler in X-Men 2.
Yeah.
I can't remember his fucking name. Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
The guy from GoldenEye. He was the nerd guy in GoldenEye.
Yeah, well, he...
the guy that played Boris?
Yes.
Boris Goroshenko.
That's the same guy.
Yeah.
He was a pervert in that movie.
Alan Cumming.
Alan Cumming, okay.
Very sexually suggestive name. Wait, is her nips ripped off, or is that just blood on there?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, he said he would never work with Bryan Singer again and said a bunch of stuff about, like, sexual shit.
Wow.
And, like, he just didn't like him, and he's, like, a very out, gay man, but he's just like, yeah, Bryan Singer's off the chain. I'm not dealing with that guy no more.
Yeah, because Bryan Singer's like, your mutant power is showing me your butthole.
Yeah. It's like, my mutant power is to ignore all...
So Bryan Singer's a fruit? Or the guy that played Nightcrawler's a fruit?
I think they both are. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, they're both gay, but
so
one likes men his own age.
Oh, okay. So Bryan Singer wanted to do some night crawling in his butthole. Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know.
I think the best part about this movie is watching with subtitles. You see man quacking.
Yeah. Quacks.
It's like, that's my biggest fear, is having a dude Donald ducking it down the street with a knife in his hand.
It's like, well, if you're not a chick, it's not a problem. It's still creepy. It's like, I could have stopped him because I heard him quacking, but
yeah,
I just let him go. I was the guy that let him go.
I just let him sit in this car next to me, this stranger.
He was just quacking away. Now, I want to ask you about some Exhumed stuff if you're into that.
Yeah, I don't have that
band?
much to answer yet because I just kind of rejoined, so it's all very fucking new.
How's that been going? There were some recent videos of you guys playing some shows in California or whatnot, and seemed like you're back into form. It looks awesome, man.
Yeah, we played we played this little like pickup show in Los Angeles just to kind of warm up because Bud, the guitar player, lives in North Carolina.
Wow.
I live up in the Bay Area, and then Matt and Mike both live in San Luis Obispo. So we had one practice, and I was like, yeah, you got a mic? And they said, no, we don't have a mic. I was like, oh, that's great. I haven't performed like these songs ever, so why not go in cold on stage singing? That's great.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, we managed it out. We did this, and then the San Diego metal swap meet, which was kind of a cool event I had never been to or heard of, but apparently it's a big deal down there. It's a lot of like, there's a lot of like bootleg metal shirts from like Tijuana vendors coming in.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Me and the doctor make fun of that shit all the time. We're just like, yeah, nice, Brazil shirt you got from Mexico, from eBay.
Oh man, the best is you go play Mexico City, and there's all these vendors outside, and they all have way better looking shirts than you have inside.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm walking up to this guy. I was like, wow, that's a pretty good design. I was like, hey, I want one of those. And he goes, 100 pesos. And I was like, that's my fucking face, dude. He goes, I don't care. 100 pesos. I was like, fuck.
Now that's, of course, this scene is the inevitable Fulci, cameo right here.
That's the police chief, right?
Yep, and then the guy smoking the pipe is Lucio Fulci, which he's does a cameo of himself in every film, and he's always some asshole.
That's him right
smoking
there?
a pipe. Yep, that's Fulci.
Can we even call this a cameo? This is like a part.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But he's always the same kind of guy in each film. He's not like Stan Lee, where he's like, he's a milkman, and then he's a stripper, maestro. It's like, he's always the guy smoking his pipe. He's probably directs all his movies dressed like that, so who knows.
That was my favorite in Civil War when Stan Lee shows up as a 90-year-old FedEx employee.
Yeah, that was great.
Super plausible.
It's just kind of batshit. I like the strip club one was pretty good, but apparently he didn't actually like that cameo himself. But it's like, well,
which one was he? A strip club? I don't remember.
Deadpool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, anyways.
It was the whole love, the whole girlfriend thing kind of derailed it a little bit. I think as a setup movie it was good, but I can tell the next film's going to be 10 times better because it's not like the love story approach has kind of dumbed it down a lot, I
also like that Colossus just sits around eating breakfast in his metal form.
And he's like, take power bar, breakfast most important meal. I met that guy that does the voice for him, and that's how he talks and like normal. It's fucking weird.
They found a Russian guy?
Yeah, and he's just like, he's like, oh, Cody, nice to meet you. Eat your breakfast. I'm like, cool, man. Have a good one. And he's fucking huge, too. He's
like, why couldn't they just fucking put him in the movie then?
I know. That's why it was like, in the credits, it was like a CGI character, which is pretty funny.
I got sick of being like winking and nodding at me in that movie. I was just like, okay, I get it. You're meta. I get it. Fucking get it. Tell a story. I like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She was kind of cool.
She was really funny, yeah.
Yeah, she just had an attitude. I wish there had been a little more of that.
Right. Well, maybe in the next one we'll get, Cable and shit like that. It'll be a different element.
Yeah, more Rob Liefeld characters.
We got this actor right here. That's the psychiatrist guy. He was in House by the Cemetery before this film.
He's been in a ton of this fucking schlocky horror movies.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen him a bunch of times. I can't remember.
He's Dr. Norman Boyle, and then in this one he's Dr. Davis. So it's just like, are you a doctor?
It's just so sick of being typecast as an intelligent individual.
If I ever met him, that's what I would get him to sign. He just said, I eat oodles of carrots. It's like, dude, that's the best line you've ever said. Can you please put I eat oodles of carrots on my 8x10? And you guys played a show with Judas Priest with Exhumed.
Yeah, that was a interesting. That was when I was not in Exhumed. I had filled in on some shows, because I did the re-recording of the first record that I was on 15 fucking years ago.
Yeah, that regurgitated thing you did.
Yeah, so like so Matt asked me to do the whole tour because their bassist was leaving the band, and I said he asked me 2 weeks before a tour, and I was like, I can't fucking do that, you idiot. And I was like, I have a job, dude. And so, anyways, I filled in. I came in and did guested on 5 songs on the West Coast, mostly so I could just play with Voivod, which was awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then he asked me if I wanted to play in Mexico, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I fucking love going to Mexico. It's fun. And we get there, and I'm sitting there. We were flying in from everywhere, from different places, and I'm sitting there in a hotel room waiting for the other guys to knock on the door. Nothing ever fucking happens, and I can't get the Wi-Fi working, so I have no kind of communication.
Right.
I'm just sitting there. I'm getting a torta across the street, drinking some beers, and then finally the Wi-Fi works, and I get this message, and it says, from Matt Harvey, it says, I'm in jail, this is not a joke.
Jesus Christ.
We were like, what? It's like midnight the day before the show. We're like, holy shit. So then I finally found Bud is there, and then Mike was doing drum teching for fucking someone. I can't remember who else was on that show. And so he just showed up way late, and then we were like, oh shit, well, hey, this movie just got better. Boobies.
Yeah, it's
and,
real fucking. That's a fuck show. Real fucking. That's what they said.
Wait, this never was a real thing, was it? Real fucking in a porn theater?
I don't know about New York. I mean, this was before my time, but I missed out if it was, And
then there's this chick in her nice trilby hat just hanging out watching.
She's like Carmen Sandiego, or Smooth criminal over here, you know.
Where in the world? She's in a porn theater. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, so Matt's arrested. Next day, we're sitting there going like, all right, Matt's arrested. He's going to get out. He's going to get out. He's going to get out. He never got out. So we had to go up on stage without him. So all of a sudden, Bud and Mike look at me. They go like, you've announced songs before with Impaled and shit, right? I'm like, yeah. Like, all right, you're the front man today. I'm like, I got kicked out of this band fucking 14 years ago. What the fuck? Now I'm fronting it for a fucking show? It's like, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. So I had to, like, hey, Mexico, what's up? And we managed to squeak through. We cut a couple songs that we thought wouldn't work without two guitars. And
right.
We're like, the guys were like, why'd you play such a short set? We're like, well, you fucking arrested one of our guitar players, you dimwits. Like, what the fuck? But it turned out you can't really fly into Mexico with a bullet belt.
Is that what happened? They thought it was...
They said it. They gave all loads of reasons. I think they just wanted to get bail money, you know?
Sure, yeah.
They said it was you could smuggle drugs in the bullets, and I'm like, that's your main concern with bullets? That doesn't make any sense. So we were like, all right. But
we're losing money.
He got out in time so we could all sit around drinking beers, watch Judas Priest. It was a mind fuck of a trip.
It's pretty awesome. And not awesome.
Was she wearing a dress, or did she just straight finger banging under an overcoat?
I think it's a little bit of both. She's obviously she got the public masturbator coat thing down, so she's doing something right. And I can't tell if the dude hammering down the nail is a black dude or he's just really Italian. I think he's a black dude. But the funny thing is what you figure out why, because she's recording it too, like the whole thing. I don't know. But you'll find out. It's kind of funny.
I think he's Puerto Rican. He's a member of the Sharks.
That's pretty good.
I just boned a girl named Maria.
Yeah, this is just, she's, I guess, just kind of, now she's done. She's spent. And so is...
She's totally Pee Wee Herman in that porn theater.
Not the guys are just like, this is lame. And the chick's having a great time,
Yeah.
The guys haven't even taken off their fucking jeans yet. They're just sitting there like, when is the explosions happen?
That guy's bored.
That one guy's clapping. He's so mad, but he's clapping out of courtesy.
I need to have a couple animals in here to get excited.
I thought this was a donkey show.
The polite applause.
Yeah.
I guess that was alright.
Unless they're waiting on the next one. They're like, I like Asian women only. I was promised an Asian woman. It is New York. They're never happy about anything, so...
Well, because they have to live in a fucking cesspool. Cesspool with high rent.
Right.
And shitty weather.
That's where I'm originally from, so that's why. Don't live there now. It's pretty crowded with turds.
Well, now, if there's no light in the room, how can she see that there's no light bulb in there?
Guess she assumes she's good with tugging, so all she had to do was try and pull it. It's like, oh, nothing came out or happened. And then this doesn't look good for her.
Well, yeah, because she's a woman in a Lucio Fulci movie.
And the lighting is like a fucking Paris Hilton movie, so something's either going to go right or wrong.
A Paris Hilton movie?
Yeah, like her little porn thing she did, that One Night in Paris or whatever it is.
Those movies.
The whole thing was filmed like this, basically. Only worse. Had a maybe a bigger budget, but still not as good production.
I thought you were talking about the actual Paris Hilton movie that she starred in.
I know she was in House of Wax, that remake that they did or whatever. But I don't know.
That movie's horrible.
Yeah, it's...
You're kidding me. Something Paris Hilton in wasn't good.
Well, when I saw it, what I thought was funny when that thing came out, because I'm a big Vincent Price guy, all my friends are like, this movie looks fucking awesome. I'm like, wow, I'm surrounded by fucking idiots.
Yeah, that doesn't look awesome. It looked terrible.
The only good part was Paris Hilton got a fucking giant metal pole shoved through her fucking, side of her face. And of course, that's why that was a lot of the appeal to it. It's like, Paris Hilton's in a horror movie, we're going to watch her get killed. And it's like, we're all insane. And then everyone's like, yeah, but we're okay with that. All right,
Yeah, well, we like to see our celebrities rise and fall.
Yeah. Usually we just read about it. We don't get to see it, so that's a plus,
I'd rather not read about it at all. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
you get the broken
it's
bottle
in the
kill.
cooter.
Yeah, the cooter
Is that
kill.
a cooter cam?
So it
saw
is
the
almost like a
image?
Paris Hilton movie right here, Oh, that's a wine bottle. That's just classy. That's classy. If you stab somebody with a broken
It's a
wine
Zima
bottle,
bottle.
and not a Heineken bottle, you use a wine bottle. That's really classy.
I was hoping to see. Did you guys see that Preacher?
Not yet. I really want to watch that.
It's pretty. Well, I'll spoil just one little kill scene. The Cassidy, the vampire guy, shoves a bottle into a guy's gut and then dips it out so that he can drink out of it.
That's awesome.
I was kind of hoping for the same thing there.
Now,
I want more from my cooter kills. Apparently, I can't be satisfied like that guy in the porn theater.
with the slow courtesy clap.
All right, now who's this chick? I know this thing is just replete with extra characters coming and going.
Yeah. She turns into like one of the main characters. She's got it's an Italian film, so you introduce your main women characters by showing them naked, which is always nice,
And 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, 30 minutes in. It's like, oh, there's a point to this other than whack off theaters and cooter kills. So
there's still no point to this. Oh, he's on a phone with the Quack Man.
Yep, and he said, "Shooting your load, quack quack."
How the fuck did he even get his home number?
Ducks have a way of.
Oh, wait, that's right. That chick's a prostitute, also, right? The lieutenant's like he's morally gray.
The Bond guy, and the dude's talking shit, doing the whole Zodiac killer thing.
He's like an Oakland policeman. He fucks around with prostitutes. It's cool.
Now, are you writing new shit with Exhumed? You guys just kind of...
Matt has an entire new record written.
Wow.
And it's really good. And I've been I'm learning it. We're doing all the stuff long distance.
Nice.
It's really good. It's I don't want to say too much about it. It's like Marvel movies. Marvel movies, I'm under contract. I can't say it. No, I just don't know what's going to change or anything. But the material's really good, and I was like, yeah, So he asked me after that Mexico show. He's like, do you want to just join? And I was like, yeah, if it works out, let's try it out. The shows went well. But yeah, the shit's fucking hard. I was like, shit. I've been lazy. I've been playing thrash metal for like too long. I was like, oh shit, death metal's really fucking hard. I forgot. The old Exhumed songs, catching up on those was like a piece of cake, and then this new shit, you can listen to like the shit Matt's putting out now with Gruesome and stuff, and it's just crazy. Like he took a lot of time and actually honed his craft, whereas I just was working on my head bang in the mirror or something, I guess. I just want to look cool on stage, that's it. Fuck music.
That Gruesome stuff's actually really cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's really good. Did you see the horror movie video they put out just now?
I have not seen it.
Oh, you got to see it. It looks like a great like 80s trashy like horror movie, like almost like Return of the Living Dead or something.
That's awesome.
They got this like kind of like rockery looking chick, and she gets chased around by these. They're kind of like it's some kind of cross between zombies and like Tomb of the Blind Dead kind of guys.
Okay.
And she's getting chased around, and there's like a dimension, and like there's a really good scene where one of the guys gets hit by a car, and I just laughed my ass off. It was really good.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's cool. It's like a little horror movie nightmare. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
See, that chick that was finger banging herself, she records all those fuck sessions in that theater for him to listen to. So he's got like all these tapes, which is still stupid, doesn't make any sense or make any story happen. But it's just kind of, you find out he's like a big pervert guy, and he's just like, go enjoy yourself, just bring me another tape, bitch.
So yeah, I just feel like this is like a series of vignettes loosely of like CD fuckers loosely connected to jelly gore.
But the jelly gore's nice, it's always the plus, but it's still, No, yeah, this guy's just basically like, I think he's like the mayor or something, and he just wants all these cassettes to whack off to. I don't know. It's just weird.
Because his wife is fucking bone ugly, so why the hell would he want to pump that body?
Yeah, look at that. He's got like a whole fucking treasure trove of them.
Yeah, what a dog he married. Ugh, give me a tape. Oh, shit. Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, there's a...
That guy's listening to him. Oh, he's got a long reel. It's a good fuck sesh.
Yeah, they're all in on it. It's like they're distributing. This is like how porn got distributed. They started doing it by tape trading. Who knew?
We get the old stag reels. Old 8mm prints of like some bushy lady getting it.
No,
Corey was telling me you're about as big a fan of J.J. Abrams as I am.
I fucking want that man dead. No, that's harsh. I just want him out of Hollywood.
Let me tell you a funny story. I thought you'd get a kick out of this. This has been about 3-4 years ago. I was at a convention and Jonathan Frakes that played Riker or whatever on Next Generation was there. And I just start trashing the guy in front of him. And he basically has me removed.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess he works with him in Hollywood because this is a funny story. So like 2 months later, I meet Brent Spiner, whatever, played Data, and Brent's like, J.J. Abrams is a fucking asshole, and just basically trashed him. Was like, the only reason Jonathan was acting like that because he sucks his dick to get jobs. It was just funny. Like, it was two total different reactions.
Brent Spiner would be the one to call him out.
And what was even funnier, because I fucking hate him for doing those fucking Star Trek movies. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I fucking hate those pieces of shit.
Garbage.
Yeah, they are.
People are like, oh, they're fun to watch. No, they're fucking garbage.
And you get a kick of this was funny too. So I'm sitting there talking to Brent and
that guy. There was a guy in this movie that just had camel toe. That was fucking disgusting. It's called grosser than any of the gore. This
that's
guy
had
fucking camel toe.
That's called moose knuckle, where I come from. And that's the guy from the fuck theater. That guy, which I feel like he just had a haircut before, and now he's got more hair. I don't know. How long do they fucking take to make this damn movie?
Now we're getting into some racist, anti-Puerto Rican shit.
He's the guy from Platoon that they...
Italians are usually so racially sensitive and all their stuff. Brent Spiner. Yeah, the Star Trek movies suck. But this was I got in the mail one day, maybe like a year and a half ago. I get this package as a shirt, and I open it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's J.J. Abrams' name done in the Star Wars font.
Oh, my God.
Like, mysteriously mailed to me. I was like, motherfucker, which one of my asshole friends? So, I had to go on social media and post about how pissed I was, and a picture of me, like, throwing it in the trash. You know, one of the fun, but yeah, it turned out Sean from Impaled, my guitar player and hetero life mate,
right,
sent it to me just to be an asshole, and I was like, dude, just fucking buy me a burrito. What fucking $15 just to torture me, you piece of shit. I watched Force Awakens and I fucking hated it, and Super 8 is garbage, and Lost is a fucking waste of time. I'm waiting for, I'll give the guy, he could throw an action scene together, that scene where Khan and Kirk are going through space, the torpedo tubes. It's really a tense scene, but I just don't give a shit about anybody in it.
Right.
But it's like, it looks cool. Like, look at, they're flying through space past debris. That looks rad. But I think he's just like a student of blockbusters, and he forgot to watch actual films at some point in his life.
Makes sense, yeah.
He's just so he just picked up all the beats. It's kind of like Michael Bay syndrome too.
Yeah.
Although Michael Bay's actually made movies I like, a couple.
Right. Well, see, what I don't understand, we went and watched Kevin Smith, and he just sucked his dick for 30 minutes on stage, basically.
Well, he wants more jobs too.
I guess, but I was sitting there just going. But it bothered me when Jonathan Frakes did that, because I'm sitting there going, it was just so funny because it was the two total different reactions, because Brent was basically he shit on everything Gene did and, basically raped him in the grave. Brent was very specific about it, and I thought it was awesome because Carl Urban was 2 tables down from me. He was like, that fucking hack. It was just fucking funny. It was awesome. I got him going, and his agent was like, wow, you've really got him in a twist today. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I just wish I had it recorded, but
that's because he wanted to have Data somehow go back in time. He was pissed off. God damn it, I need the work.
Yeah. But I mean,
Frakes made a better fucking Star Trek movie. Well, he also made it. Wait, he did First Contact, and he did. Didn't he do one other? Didn't he?
He did Insurrection, the one after it. Yeah.
Oh, that movie's fucking shit.
It is.
But First Contact's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. But like my favorite show was Deep Space Nine, and like, man, none of those actors that I've met, if I bring up JJ, they're just like, that guy fucking can't stand him. They all fucking hate him. It's fucking funny.
Well, the thing I hate about J.J. Abrams, like his media, like the people are like, oh, it's cool. It's like a nerd gets to film Star Wars. He really loves Star Wars. He's a real nerd. I'm like, he loves Star Wars, like fucking most of the human population.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a new thing.
It doesn't count you as a nerd because you have glasses and you like one of the most popular movies ever made. It's like, can he name Lav Sivrak, the Wolfman from the Cantina? Fuck you, you're not a nerd.
Right. Well, you know what pisses me off? Corey was telling me that I guess he's trying to remake Phantasm.
Well, he's a big fan. That's like, I was reading about that. He like Captain Phasma is named after.
Yeah, it's like, well, I saw that, and I thought it was cool that he.
I don't think it's cool.
I thought it was, for being a big prick like him, but he, even in the special features for Star Wars, it's like none of these fucking nerds, none of these assholes are gonna go watch Phantasm, but he was still like, I love this movie Phantasm, and I thought that was cool, but I still don't give him any credit.
Yeah, just because
it's like it's not a credible nod, and because J.J. Abrams likes it. It's like obviously that's my favorite movie. It's the whole, it's like I don't think anyone could tell by the damn trailer in the beginning of our podcast or the name maybe, but I'm not gonna
This chick on the subway. Anyone else think she looks like Kirsten Dunst?
Yes.
Like I'm expecting Spider-Man to come in and try to fucking save this broad.
And kiss her in the rain upside down,
But instead we get to watch her die and get revenge for a really shitty Mary Jane Parker performance.
Unless this is Peter Parker right here. It's kind of older Peter Parker, As many
Peter Parker.
As many times as they've never landed that film, this would probably work out a little better. Different approach,
So this is just yet another random girl, right?
I think this is that main prostitute one that we saw earlier.
Is that the one that Lieutenant was sleeping with?
Yeah,
I think so. I don't know.
So I'm pretty sure she gets away.
From the two-handed killer, or I'm sorry, what has he got? Eight fingers?
Yeah, he's like missing 2 fingers. I don't know.
He looks like fucking Remo Williams.
He does. He's gonna run across some concrete. Wet concrete. He has the power. The adventure begins.
One thing I thought was really funny is you made a Justin Lin version of the Force Awakens trailer. Like
he showed me that. I about peed myself.
I did. I thought I was.
It's really perfect, and all you do is put fucking sabotage over it, and there you go.
Why the fuck is that's like okay? What Captain Kirk's supposed to really be into the Beastie Boys or something?
I know it's so fucking.
It's also horrible. JJ. He's like, rest in peace. I gotta put in. You gotta make sure you get Beastie Boys in this trailer. And then they did the same thing in that fucking. I think they did it in. It was the Star Trek Beyond shit, and then they did it in the Ninja Turtles trailer. I think there was like 2 movies that came out, and they had that same fucking song in it. And when I saw them in theaters, like almost back to back, I was like, why are you both using Beastie Boys, and why are you both using the same fucking song? I don't understand that.
Well, at least Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Turtles make sense. It's like New York. It's a callback to New York. That's fine.
Right.
I'm down with that, and they're contemporary.
Right.
But you got like Captain Kirk, like listening to the Beastie Boys, like it's edgy. That's like if I was playing Voltaire and I was like, hey man, listen to this edgy shit. It's like fucking 300 years ago.
Right. It was fucking stupid.
It's so.
Did you see? This is off the subject, but you brought up the Beastie Boys. It made me think of this. Did you notice this a few years ago? I guess when one of those guys, I'm not a fan, so one of them died, and they're doing this remember him thing during the Academy Awards, and they didn't say a goddamn thing about Harold Ramis, but they're honoring a Beastie Boy at the Academy Awards. I was like, what the fuck?
Because of all of his contributions to movie trailers.
I'm just like, you don't mention Harold Ramis. And then what was awesome was during it, if you saw it, Bill Murray mentions him, which I thought was awesome. But
they didn't mention Harold Ramis at all?
No.
I don't fucking care. That's crazy. He made He made the template for the Snobs vs. Slobs movie.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a fucking comedy legend with writing, and
Yeah, without Caddyshack, what would the early 80s have been? It would have been, like, there would have been, you got to get your fucking Better Off Deads and shit. That all of that shit to catch.
Yeah.
Or Stripes or Groundhog Day, you know,
exactly.
later on.
Oh,
It's
dude.
like those are essential comedy movies, and they still make me laugh. You know, those are great films, but yeah, they totally snubbed them on that and just rest in peace, Beastie Boys. You know,
I even like Year One. Fuck it. I thought that movie was.
yeah, good.
I've never seen it.
I watched it because it was a Harold Ramis film. That's
Yeah,
all.
me too.
It sold me. I was like, yeah, Harold Ramis is doing it. All right, I'm going.
I mean, it's a little clunky, but it's got some great bits in it.
It does, yeah.
It's really funny, but yeah, it's clunky overall. But
I think
still
I hate Michael Cera, but I like him in that film. You know, because
it's
he's
pretty funny. Oh wait, so wait.
God, there she goes. And then we see the actual killer now. They just kind of, there's no build-up. It's just like, yeah, the killer looks like this. We don't know who he is. He's some pretty boy, you know.
Oh, the eyeball. No, neck. Come on, eyeball.
And it was a dream. Because reasons.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Is that like inside the neck?
Yeah, it was pretty.
Inside the neck. Oh, what?
It was pretty nice. Yeah, it was a dream. But
Well, how does she...
you'll find out real quick. It's kind of, I guess, foreshadowing. Or now you pretty much know because it was in the dream. So here's the guy from the dream, and it's her fucking pretty boyfriend guy.
Is this like a double twist? Is this like double mint gum? What the fuck's going on?
Basically, she has a dream about him killing her, and then I guess you're supposed to realize that he's the killer guy? I don't know.
Now, yeah.
It's
So
just
she
kinda-
dreamt that her boyfriend was killing her. Well, so was she even attacked by the guy
No.
with the 8 fingers?
Yeah, that's why she's in the hospital.
You know, I gotta wonder. They always make menacing characters like some mutilated dude, and it's like, well, this guy already failed at life. He's not gonna be menacing to me. Like, he's clumsy. He lost 2 fingers. Or like bad guy, like James Bond, like put the guys with the fucking eye patch. It's like, well, this guy's not gonna shoot well.
Right.
Still better than a stormtrooper, but you know.
I'm just really glad David Copperfield's in this movie. He's gonna make the killer disappear.
Speaking of magician horror, they did a remake of that Wizard of Gore movie with Crispin Glover, and it's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of those like Dimension Extreme movies, and it's actually a pretty good movie. Just because I like Crispin Glover a lot, so really, he's a fucking weirdo. Anything he does, I think,
He is a total fucking freak.
Yeah.
You see the stuff of him that you used to watch that old David Letterman interview?
I've never seen it.
Oh man, it's great. He's got long hair. It's like, what is it like? It's like right sometime after Back to the Future came out, and he's clearly tripping acid like on David Letterman, and he gets all crazy, and at one point he almost kicks him in the face.
Shit.
Oh, you gotta check it out. You gotta look up Crispin Glover David Letterman interview. He's fucking high as shit, and he's just going nuts on the show, and can barely believe that he's. I don't think he understands that he's there in front of an audience. And then, like 2 years later, he was in a movie and he's wearing the exact same outfit with the same haircut. It's really strange.
That is weird.
He's a weird guy.
He is weird.
I'll tell you.
He has a collection of like he came around at one time and he was doing like a photo lecture, and it was all like pictures of people with like Down syndrome. He's really fucking strange.
What? Ooh. He's horror. Just his life is a horror movie, and it's great.
Yeah.
I respect him for that.
But I can't believe that movie's good. I don't believe you. But
just because he's fucking weird, it's worth watching. Just because of Crispin Glover.
I can see that.
Because he's a magician, fucking killing people. I think it's cool that he's, I didn't like that Willard movie, but I watched it anyway. But it's just
that movie was terrible.
Yeah, it's just him with
so boring.
It's him with rats, but it doesn't happen till like the end. He's like, "Go forth, my rats, man."
Yeah, I mean it was a great pitch for a movie. Crispin Glover in a remake of Willard as a creepy fuck who controls rats, and it was just so that was
a selling point.
Boring movie.
It sounds like they just shot it at his house. I mean,
yeah.
His vacation home.
Are you a Back to the Future fan?
I'm a fan as much as anybody likes
right.
that.
What do you think of that? I just wanted to ask you this. This is random, but what did you? They keep saying they're going to release the footage with audio somehow of the Eric Stoltz stuff. I just want to see it.
Oh yeah, I want to see him totally fuck it up.
Yeah, big time. Because he looks completely. Apparently, he was like wooden.
Yeah, they said it didn't work. I mean, I actually like some stuff that Eric Stoltz is in.
Me too.
But yeah, apparently he didn't work out in that movie. And I like they got
you know he hates it though. You know he's like sitting there going, "That ruined my goddamn career."
He made good movies after that. He got to fuck Leah Thompson in a different movie.
That's true. That's true.
So he got his ups. It's cool.
But I'd read, but Crispin apparently, I guess, didn't do those sequels, I guess, because he wanted so much fucking money, and they're like, "You're not like top billing. We'll just fucking put a guy in makeup."
I'm sure he was super easy to work with on set too.
He's doing that dance from Friday 4.
Yeah. Oh God, I love that.
I do too, man. I have just a loop of him doing that dance.
That's in 3, isn't it?
No, 4.
God damn, sure.
Positive.
Yeah,
All
4
right.
is the Crispin one. Yeah.
We just did a Friday the 13th marathon, but I passed out like some way through number 2 because I was so fucking tired.
That's the one that makes me tired too. But we actually did an episode, the podcast where we did 4, and that was really fun because that's your favorite film, right?
It is. I love it. I don't know. I just like that one.
That's Corey Haim's in that one, right?
He is.
Yeah, that was a great one.
And Corey Feldman, yeah.
Or whatever.
The other Corey.
We know you. Yeah.
The one that's not dead.
The one that's just like dead.
The molested one, not the dead one.
The molested
dead.
Yeah,
he was mentioned in that Elijah Wood article where they were talking about the Hollywood child sex ring.
Yeah.
I know. I was so surprised that he slept with Michael Jackson. I was so surprised. I was.
Alleged.
He alleged.
The man was never ever convicted. There was a lot of payouts. And, you got to wonder about parents that'll take a payout after their kid's been molested.
Right.
You'd be surprised. Most of them probably did.
I paid your mortgage. I'll see Corey on tour.
I don't know. I think Michael Jackson might have just been a little weird as opposed to actually a fucking lech.
I mean, they might have watched him whack off, but I don't think he did anything. I mean, who knows?
I don't even know about that. Like I said, his parents, they take a fucking payout.
Yeah.
That's not justice. If you really wanted justice, you wouldn't take a fucking payout for your kid getting his butthole doodled.
Right.
Yeah, that's You're like, I'll take that. I want a theme park in the back of my house too. It's like, well,
now, the Cosby shit, that seems pretty legit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's just.
I came up with a stupid joke about that. Actually, is what is Bill Cosby's dog's name?
What's that?
Spike.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're right. That was a stupid joke.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
One of the reasons I'm actually, this sounds awful, but I'm glad that happened to Bill Cosby because he used to just constantly slam Richard Pryor when I was growing up, and I was just like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, he was the clean guy.
Yeah, well.
He's when he said black kids need to pull up their pants. I think was that in front of Congress or something? It's like, damn, Bill Cosby, you're a judgmental asshole. Jesus. So how did she even meet the fucking 8-finger guy?
I have no idea. I mean, they go to the same fuck theater, so I guess that's where. He was sitting behind her. He was like, "I like how you film your tapes for the mayor," or whatever.
I mean, is it technically fisting if he sticks that one in? Or is that just it's because I worked at a porn warehouse and we couldn't. I had to watch porn basically all day.
Really?
We were one of the pioneers in streaming technology.
Nice.
And so I had to check the videos, just make sure the sound was on, and then give it a cursory glance for shit we wouldn't carry.
Sure.
And we would put in, if all 4 fingers could go in, that was fine, but if a thumb went in, we couldn't take it.
Wow. Well, no
so I'm just wondering what happens if you have just a thumb and 3 fingers. Is that still fisting? Because this guy is he's got a thumb and 2 fingers. That's not a fist. This guy's got little baby hands.
He's just fingering, I guess. And then this scene makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, what's going on here?
He swings both ways. I don't know.
No, it's just.
It just jump cut to a guy buying gay porn.
You find out it's the psychiatrist guy. It's like, oh well, just to let you guys know he's gay, and then that's it. Nothing else happens. It's just like.
Lucio Fulci, man, he's a master of building characters.
Just like this guy's gay, and back to hetero fucking.
This movie should just be called New York, Horny and Confused.
And
so they did have sex, and he felt. What if she's got to get up and take a piss? What a dick! He leaves her all tied up.
I'm sure he wants the piss, With his 3 fingers, he's
But she didn't die, so I'm not sure she's the killer. That's a Sennheiser 421 microphone. That's because I'm a dork.
Now, the doctor worked at a porno shop.
I did.
You know, I didn't know.
Managed one for almost 9 years. And, you know, you
managed a porno shop?
Well, I was, sort of, but it was just a fucking nightmare, you know. I tell you where I told Corey where I fucked up though. The local news media, I could have been blackmailing them. I'd be a millionaire now.
Oh damn!
The people that came in and rented stuff, I should have been blackmailing them.
Like the weatherman would come in and rent shit.
Correct. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what was funny was that kind of a funny story. He would come in. He's married. He would do the spots during the holidays. You know, during Christmas, like, hi, I'm Mark Packer. This is me and the Packer family, and we want to wish you a Merry Christmas, but. He would come in my store drunk and rent gay porn. And I would always have stuff flashing on his account. Like on his, it was very simple. So on his account was this flashing fudge packer. And he would come in. Because he was a dick. I didn't care that he was a closeted gay. What bothered me was he would come in and just be a drunk dick. So I would put that on there, and my manager thought it was fucking hilarious. Every time he'd ring it up, it's flashing that.
It says fudge packer instead of Matt Packer.
Yeah. And there was another guy named Ken Schwall that did like these like hometown wholesome stories, and he would come in and rent tranny porn. So on his account it said Schwall's balls.
Nice.
But the reason, I'm not making fun of him for coming in and being closeted and doing that stuff. I was making fun of him because they came in and they were drunk assholes.
That's always good. Yeah,
they talked to me like I was some kind of fucking leper. Give me my porn, leper.
That's I had a bandmate who worked at a pretty famous strip club. I think it's closed now. I can't remember, but it was a strip club in San Francisco, and he would tell me about all the weird celebrities that would come in for private showings, and that the girls would be like, oh great, like that was newscasters and shit would come in,
right?
Or it was like he was an NPR personality on the local station.
Oh wow!
And just like want to come in and just humiliate these girls, but then like you hear him on the radio in the morning, and I heard his interviews, and he's like this nice guy, like with this progressive shit, talk going on like typical NPR. Then he goes into the lusty lady at night and screams like, "You're a cunt, you're a bitch." Like pretty cool, dude. I guess that gets all your steam out so you can like fight climate change or something.
Right.
Be nice for 30 minutes on the radio.
Yeah, I just wondered if the weatherman was like predicting golden showers for the next week.
It'll be cloudy with a chance of gay porn.
Yeah, this should just be Lucio Fulci's sexually frustrated.
Lucy Fulci.
It's like he's not jacked off in like a year. I don't know. It's just I don't understand.
There's very little point to much of this. It's just he's like it's another sex scene. I mean, she's scared because she just heard on the radio they're looking for the guy missing 2 fingers.
Right. And she's like, "Oh my God, what have I done?" It's like, well, you've done a suspect, but it's all right. It happens.
But he called the dude and said, like, I think you're going to like this. So
she's just like wigging out and it's like he's still sleeping while you're running. He's all right.
Wait, the exit was closed in the hotel? Like it's locked? He locked the exit? That's an emergency exit. That is clearly a code violation.
I want to speak to your fire marshal immediately. Yeah, just everything's magically locked and the guy's fucking asleep, so.
This is stupid.
Lucio Fulci's lingerie under raincoat.
I'd be so bummed. How are you going to get, like, you got to get to, like, the second floor to get the ice. And all the emergency exits are closed.
And the ice maker's probably down, too, if their exits are closed. And then, boom, stilettoed. Awesome.
Oh, all the way up.
And then that's really fucking nice, too. Oh.
Quacking. Nothing scarier than quacking.
Howard the Duck's the killer.
Yeah. Then this fucking mayor guy is just like he looks like he's fucking half dead. I don't know what makeup they put on him. I don't know why he looks like he does in this film.
Well, because his wife just died.
But he looked dead before. I guess all he does
He's
is
been
whack
up all
off.
night listening to those tapes.
Yeah, he just like never sleeps. He just like whacks off.
Jacked all the blood out of his system.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh man, he's
She was a
fucking
perfect mate. You never mated with her. You sent her to porno theaters to fucking make tapes. He's bitching that his wife's dead. And he's like, I'll never get tape. He's like, oh, put that tape player away.
He's like, God damn it, now I have to go to get the tapes. I don't want to get the tapes. Yeah, he just looks...
Maybe this is something out of Fulci's private life. He would send some chick in to finger bang herself while she watched live sex shows in Italy, and he had her record them.
Probably. And then he just wanted to, like, kill everybody at the same time, so it's like, you know...
It's a little of both.
Fucking intense eyeball acting going on here. These guys are fucking upset.
That's foreshadowing for the inevitable Fulci eyeball gore. It's like...
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for it. We haven't seen
you
it
see
yet.
all these eyeballs? Well, an eyeball is going to get had here in a little while.
Always. That's the signature move.
There's at least one.
That and total misogyny.
Right. Well, we've already got plenty of that.
Yeah, Fulci's got a real problem with women.
I don't know if he was ever married or had a wife. I wouldn't even fuck with that if I had seen his movies. Just be like, dude, you're on your own.
You're never going to get, like, Wes Craven always has, like, the Ellen Ripley type character, and Fulci's like, dead in 5 minutes. Woman,
gotta get naked first. Like, not Friday the 13th naked. I mean, like, butt-ass, bush naked.
Yeah, gotta see some lips. Gotta see some moose knuckle.
Who's your favorite horror director?
Oh, shit. That's a fucking rough one.
Okay, you can name a few. How about that?
Well, okay, no, I mean, actually, that's pretty easy. John Carpenter is, like, hands down, he's got the best, like, long run of really good movies all in a row.
See, I'm so depressed. That's my favorite. That's what I was. I just regret it now because he's hands down to me. He
started chunking it in the 90s pretty hard. He hasn't really kept.
Oh, I agree. But man, he's got a solid fucking base of movies.
Yeah, more than most. Like, I mean, you know, like there's like, you know, Wes Craven has, you know, you get Nightmare on Elm Street, it's fucking great, and then you get Shocker, and you're like, oh my god, like what the fuck was that?
I thought Shocker was ambitious. You know, I like Mitch Pileggi a lot.
No, it's a funny movie, but it's not like a great horror movie. Like the first Nightmare on Elm Street's creepy as fuck. It's really good.
And Hills Have Eyes is great. You know.
Yeah, that one's good. He's got some good stuff. You know, like, and Sam Raimi too. He made, you know, one of my fucking favorite movies ever. But then he started just doing oddball comedies and drama, and they're not bad. But I mean, they can't really call him a horror director.
No.
What's your favorite Sam Raimi?
Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah, that movie's great.
That's the best.
I mean, you can talk to any horror fan. I'm pretty sure that's going to be.
It's my favorite. You know, Army of Darkness I fucking love, but I always favored 2 over the first one. You know.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, the first one's like it's got
slow.
its charm, but it's obviously made by people getting their feet wet, making an actual movie.
Do you have a favorite Carpenter?
Jesus, no, because there's too many.
How about this? How about favorite 3?
Are like 3 of them are Carpenter. It's like I love The Thing is probably number 1.
Oh hell,
the movie's awesome.
Like, just great quality movie.
Scary as fuck too.
You know, Escape from New York. Then the sci-fi stuff, Escape from New York, and Big Trouble in Little China. I could watch that just over and over.
I know, it's so good. Escape from New York's my favorite. I think if I had to. I remember seeing that as a kid at the drive-in when my uncle took me to see it, and I was like, fucking Snake Plissken's awesome. All my friends are like, Han Solo. I'm like, nah, Snake Plissken.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Han Solo's a loser.
It's like,
I was
such a huge fan of that, and I don't know. Some of his movies have grown on me more. Like, for some reason now, like, I didn't like it when I saw it at the theater, but I love In the Mouth of Madness now.
I watched that recently because I never saw it in the theaters, and I was like, it's got a lot going for it. It gets a little wonky.
It is. It's pretty fun, though.
And then what was the other one where they're like a bunch of college students hanging out?
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness.
The movie's
awesome.
That
movie's got some cool shit, but you could tell he's just like tired after They Live failed.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's like, I'll just throw this piece of shit together. I need to fucking make the mortgage payment.
They Live so good. That's another good one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. That's the one that made my dad take me to the theater to see a fucking R-rated movie. It's
so good. It's fucking awesome. Because there's so much political satire in that movie too. It's like I don't know. Everyone I talk to, I don't think they get it. It's like I'll talk to them about.
How could you not? It hits you over the fucking.
I know,
yeah,
but people,
great.
I swear to you, like I'll talk to people and they're just like, "Is that the one of them aliens in it?" It's like, well.
Well, I think that's the same problem that suffers like Starship Troopers, which I think is a brilliant Verhoeven movie.
It is. That's a great movie.
And I got friends who are like, it just looks like, what is it, like Star Wars with Barbie characters? I'm like, oh, you don't get it at all. This is supposed to be like just over the top propaganda.
Yeah, it's great.
Like I don't like with the fascist uniforms. I don't know how you could fucking miss it. But,
yeah, and then if that doesn't get you, then it's like the obvious where they try the videos that they do. Would you like to know more? Would you? And then
the kids, they're doing their part. And they're smashing.
Yeah, and the smashing the cockroach is fucking funny.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like, would you like to know more? Here's Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, no, that one's really good. But yeah, and the other horror director. God damn, I'm trying to like fucking go in blank. I don't know.
Here's you one. Are you gonna go see John perform?
Yeah, I got tickets for that in what is that? Out here it's like June 16th or something. I got it for my wife's birthday. We're both gonna go see that.
Nice, man. That's fucking awesome.
I did not opt for like the $200 John Carpenter tickets, but we got pretty good seats.
I would. He's one I would love to meet, but if he was a dick, I would just be like, it's like.
I'm not sure I could take all the smoking.
Yeah.
That guy never has a cigarette out of his mouth.
No.
Fucking awesome. He looks like a burnt up tobacco leaf now.
I know, it's pretty. You're right.
He's on stage, just gonna be like, does he have a fog machine? It's like, no, he's smoking. It's like, all right.
Here's you one that's kind of connected. Are you a Halloween 3 fan? We both love that movie.
That's a fun fucking movie. It's so weird.
I love it. Yeah.
It's really
the fucking music in it's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I got that. Yeah, I fucking got an MP3 of that. The Halloween song.
It's awesome. The Chariot of Pumpkins or whatever it is.
I was like Halloween. That one. I could listen to that all day.
I had it as my ringtone.
The idea that like these shitty Halloween masks are really popular with the kids.
Right.
Like fuck Star Wars toys. I want this pumpkin mask.
Yeah, I think they're really cool, and they actually made those where you can buy them, and it's still kind of sketched out to buy one, even though of course it's a film. But it's just like if they actually put in those little disc things that explode, that'll be like they did like a replica of it. I'd be actually kind of wigged out to buy one. Actually, here's one for you. I hate Rob Zombie. Do you hate him?
Oh God, man. Okay, fuck. I hate that fucker's movie so much.
Thank you. I don't understand. Everybody knows like he's fucking extreme, man.
All right, so
I'm gonna go get a Mountain Dew and fucking a Red Bull and some booze and watch Rob Zombie's fucking extreme.
I mean, I watched House of a Thousand. My sister was like a big fan. She thought he was my older sister. She thought he was sexy, whatever. So she's like, "Oh, come see House of a Thousand Corpses with me. No one else is gonna go see this movie with me." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure. We'll go watch a horror movie together. It'll be fun." And I go and see it, and we're just like, first of all, it's like I think it was like opening weekend, and there's 3 people in the fucking theater besides us, and 2 walk out.
Right.
And we wanted to walk out, but I was like, Justin, my sister was like, you want to leave? And she goes, nah, let's just see it to the end. We already paid the money. I was like, this is fucking garbage. There's like one good scene in it, like, cause I'll understand that every piece of shit has a kernel of corn.
Right.
But like that part where like the guy, it's just like 30 seconds, and it's just like sitting there silent with the gun to the guy's head, and it pulls up, and it's just like,
oh yeah.
Hang moment. It just hangs you, and it's just like you're sitting there. What the fuck?
Where he executes that cop or whatever.
Yeah. Like, I like whenever they kill Chris Hardwick. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, the beginning.
Because I don't like Chris Hardwick.
I fucking hate Chris Hardwick.
So for him to die in a bunny suit's pretty funny.
He's the turdest, not the nerdist.
Well, that's another one. Like, you're not a fucking nerd. Go fuck yourself. You're on like a dating show. You're like living Hollywood. Fuck off.
Right.
I get mad because I was getting called schoolboy and nerd all through my fucking, and I'm sitting at home by myself reading comic books and watching Red Dwarf late at night on PBS. I'm like,
holy shit, that movie's fucking insane.
No, but he, I never understood, and he was at a Fangoria convention I went to out in California years ago, and Rob Midget Zombie, and he's just there, and he's just his shitty music, and I'm standing there in a fucking rigor mortis shirt, and he's over there, yeah. It's just like, man, you're a fucking troll asshole, and everybody's there just wanting to blow him. It's like he made a horror movie.
Man, made a shitty fucking horror movie. That movie can't even decide what kind of movie it is.
All he did was give, careers to. I mean, I love Sid Haig, and Bill Moseley. I guess I sort of like. I sort of don't. I don't know, but I do like Sid Haig. And I'm glad he gave him some money or whatever, and some of these other people he gave money to. But it's like, it just makes me want to vomit. And he's always like, I'm the ultimate horror fan. It's like, I'm sure you do have a lot of shit because you're a millionaire.
That's like, it's the same problem with J.J. Abrams. He's like a big fan of like Star Wars, but has no idea about like what George Lucas was watching when he came up with that shit.
Yeah, it was Flash Gordon, plain and simple.
But I take
Flash Gordon, Akira Kurosawa, and stuff. And it's like there's no it goes. They're schooled in like trashy hour-and-a-half long movies, and don't go back to where like. I mean, the 70s movie directors were like, aping famous photographers and shit.
Right.
They were much more nuanced in their visual skills. And there's a reason that stuff's effective, and the Devil's Rejects is a pile of shit.
Right.
Although Bill Moseley was good in Devil's Rejects, I just think the whole movie was good.
He is. I mean, like I said, but I got to be honest with you. From loving him as Chop Top as a kid, but I have trouble liking the guy now because like every time we go to convention, he's there because of that bullshit, and I'm just like, my girlfriend's like, do you want to go? I'm like, no, I don't want to go fucking meet him. It's like I don't want to sit there and have to fight him to sign something with Chop Top on it, or fucking or Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 or 4 or whatever the hell it was he was in. I mean, I would rather him sign that than some fucking. I'm the ambulance driver in his shitty Halloween remake. It's like I don't want to fucking see this. And we had somebody recently we interviewed. It's like that Halloween remake's the best. It's like you're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Oh God, no. Nobody's ever said that.
I'm serious. And it's this person, whatever. But he also slammed some other stuff that I love. But I was just like, whatever, But I don't care. It wasn't anybody we recorded or anything. But it happens. People say stuff and do dumb shit or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's fine. But I fucking hate Rob Zombie. Like he makes me want to fucking puke.
No, but I mean, I gotta grant Bill Moseley that that autograph shit. That's how those guys kind of make a living.
No. It's not that. And like I said, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm glad he gave them some life to go make some cash. That's great.
Okay, that is a cool scene right there with the two fingers coming in to open the window. The Italians, they get some fucking cool scenes, and they just don't know how to fucking make a movie that makes sense.
Right. It makes more sense than Rob Zombie movie.
Well, what I was going to say about
the same.
Right, I think he did go to Italian School of Filmmaking. Like House of a Thousand Corpses is like 50 different movies trying to be one.
Well, God, did you watch that Lords of Salem? That movie's horrible.
Oh, so boring. Oh my God.
It's the only cool part of that is watching his wife blow that priest.
Yeah, that was.
Well, cool. I like it's supposed to be a period piece in the 70s, right?
Right.
And like here's this like dreaded tattooed chick who's a DJ. I'm like, that wasn't a thing.
Right.
That never like. What the fuck is going on? Just because you have some couple records in the room, like get out of my face.
Well, here's what kills me about that guy too. I don't know if you saw this or keep up with this. I don't understand these people that are millionaires that use Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, I've always wondered about that.
No, I mean I'm serious. Like if a death metal band that I listened to was like, hey, we really are broke. We need some money. I get that. Or just whoever that needs money. But when you're a millionaire, you're like, help fund my film. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, Rob Zombie did that with his new film. He's like, I want you to pay for my movie.
Yeah, that 33 turd or whatever the hell it is he's got coming. It was fan funded. It's like, and I'll send you an autographed copy, of my troll self. It's like, and I'll just write, yeah. It's like, I don't get it, man. I don't understand. And they use that
Kickstarter. All autographs like that from now on.
Yeah. Yeah. I never liked him, man. White Zombie, all my friends. Look, and that's the other one that I get from everyone I know. It's like, well, I mean, I like White Zombie. I was like, I don't like any of it. I think it's shit.
I thought Astro Creep 2000 had fucking couple cool riffs on it, but it gets really old really fast. It's like just a bad Ministry knockoff. And Ministry fucking like play a riff for way too long on a lot of their shit, but it's like, man, Rob Zombie took it to a new level. It's basically just disco.
Yeah, and and if you'll remember this too, I mean, I'm not a big Ministry fan, but I mean, is it just me or did Rob steal his whole look from Al?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
just he didn't have to do the drugs to do it. He was just like, I'll drink seltzer water. Yeah.
I at least respect Al.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Al's work, but I'm not sure I can respect him as a person. He seems pretty fucking shit.
No, he's pretty shit, but I just meant at least, he was the one that came up with because I remember like totally White Zombie was like, he was like trying to look like, I'm going to wear the cowboy hat and do, I'm just like, wow, you're Al Jorgensen too. I don't.
Yeah, no, it is a whole thing. It's just that the late 90s was kind of a sad period. People were just trying to find their way.
Just, you know, I don't.
Death metal shows were going on in like the basements of libraries, and meanwhile, like, you know, new metal and shit was fucking trying to figure out where the fuck to fit in pop culture.
Yeah, I don't. We were just talking to somebody the other day. It's just like, to me, the new plague is deathcore. I think that stuff is absolutely shit.
It's going away though slowly. It's.
Oh yeah,
I've noticed
that's already waning.
Yeah,
big time.
I'm glad.
Because it used to, you know, when they started doing stuff like the Summer Slaughter stuff. You know, the guy from Sumerian.
It's summer cheddar, Corey.
Yeah. But they notice that they're not selling these deathcore bands into these death metal shows anymore because, you know, I don't see them really anymore. Like, they're not putting Whitechapel or Velmaya on any of this shit anymore, and that's because the market is changing rapidly.
It's still there. Some of those.
It's still there, but it's not as popular anymore because it's the same shit over and over again.
No, it's actually a really good time, I think, to be a death metal fan right now.
Yeah, death metal's coming back, man.
It's on the ascendant because, I mean, you can look at the time frame. We got a new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie coming out.
Fuck yeah.
So, like, you know, the 90s the early 90s are kind of big again. But the problem is then it's like, you know, new metal's going to cycle back in at some point. It's like, oh, fuck.
I think
and we're going to go through this whole, then we're going to get back to death and roll. And it's like, oh, Jesus
I think
Christ.
the deathcore kind of dampened the new metal shit because that's basically what they were trying to do is like, well, we're Korn fans that listen to a Cannibal Corpse song. So we're going to form a band and just, you know, and then we're going to, 3 albums later, we're going to do clean singing, clean vocals, and we're just going to try to make money, but that's not going to work either. So it's like,
I always like it because they got it's like the living mullet. They've got like a fucking, you know, in the back they're all metal, and then up front they're like sensitive, you know. Like, I'm going to scream for a while, but don't forget I got feelings.
You're like, listen, guys, I don't want to. See, we make fun of Whitechapel quite frequently on the show, and it's. Have you guys played shows with them before?
No, I never played with Whitechapel.
Oh, wow.
Don't think
They're tennis pros by day, but they're extreme when they tour.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I went through a lot of that shit and had to play with a lot of bands. Like, there used to, like, that was like in the early 2000s and mid 2000s. You'd get these fucking. We had to do some shows. Like, Impaled went out with like, was it Napalm Death? We're like, awesome. And then supporting them was some metalcore band. You Are Against the Son of the Child Rosewood or something. I can't remember. They were fucking terrible. And then the best part, we were laughing because we only did like a week of the shows, and we were just like opening the bill. And so we had to, like, it'd be like us and then like 3 deathcore bands and then Napalm Death. It was a fucking wretched billing.
It's bullshit. It's like you think Impaled would be a lot higher up than that, but, you know.
Nah, nobody likes Impaled.
But you know.
But this guy's like they were like a known Christian metalcore band.
God. There's a lot of that.
Barney Greenway every night was giving a big speech about how religion is bullshit. And we're like, that's got to be the best tour bus ever.
That's awesome.
Like the most tense tour bus. Nobody's friends on there.
Now, I will say about Impaled, I think, you know, Impaled is one of the most overlooked death metal bands. I think that's essential shit.
We're both huge fans, man. That shit's fucking...
Impaled's fucking sick. It's, you know, even if you're just a horror movie fan, you like that shit. I mean, it just sounds like a horror film, your guys' music. But, yeah, you know, that, and, you know, when we talked to Tobias with Vomitory, I was telling him as well, it's like, you know, Impaled and Vomitory are some of my favorite bands, and those are 2 very, very overlooked death metal bands. And it's essential shit, you know, Mondo Medical, even if, you know, you're just if those album covers don't grab you, I don't understand how you like death metal. I just don't, you know.
Well, I've seen a few bands. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we've been overlooked in some regards, but I also know that we're fucking pretty messy live show, and we don't necessarily impress on first impression.
I enjoy that, though. Like I mentioned, you know, I'm not really a polished death metal guy when I see live. I want it to be raw and just fucking whatever. That's the whole point of death metal to me, is that it's, you know, if you're a perfectionist and you want everything to sound clean and all that stuff, that's great if you want to sound as good as possible. But I think if you're a death metal band, you play fucking raw as shit. That's my, that's what I want.
You're a big Rings of Saturn fan.
Oh God. Those guys are fucking terrible.
That was I went to a show when I recorded. I showed up to watch. It was like what was the tour? It was Exhumed and Rings of Saturn. I forget who was headlining, but
weird.
Like Matt was like, hey, you want to come out to this? This is before I was playing again with Exhumed. He's like, you want to come to the show? I was like, yeah, cool. I'll meet you there. And then I couldn't find him, and I'm watching Rings of Saturn, and I'm texting him, and I'm like, Matt, I fucking hate you for making me come to this stupid fucking show.
And they're like, there was like a rumor with their band where it's like they speed up their recording so it's way faster, and then it's like, no.
Yeah, they all got mad at each other and broke up, didn't they? And
no,
like
they're still a fucking band because I guess they make a little bit of money. I don't know how that works for them, but for a while everyone started hating them because it was like they're speeding up their shit, and they're like, no, we're not. And then when you see them live, it's like half the speed, so it's like, yeah, you guys are speeding up your shit. He's like, no, I can totally play the guitar riff just as fast. It's like, yeah, but your drummers,
I gotta get back to this movie because this guy's taking a safety razor. Not a safety, but whatever, a razor blade. He's going to cut this chick up. I think this is I was reading about this scene is why this movie got banned in the UK for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's, I guess they filmed, it's going to be a nipple cutting.
This is the nip cut, later nips.
Oh, he teased us with that one. He's going down south there.
Oh, the good old blood tube behind the blade trick. There we go.
Whew, that is nice. That's actually... looks like when I cut my hand one day. It'll look like that, kind of.
Oh, that's looking pretty good.
Oh, it's gristle.
It's
really
gross.
Nice.
Yeah, so,
it's just zooming in on the nipple, but he's not.
Really
there we go.
Oh, here we go. Nip.
Shit.
It'd be gnarly.
That hurt my nipple a little bit. Oh, God damn. God. I can understand. That's really nice, but
that's like a piece of fucking some kind of gelatin cupcake.
And here we go, the inevitable. We got it.
Oh, that was gonna hurt the back of my fucking knees so bad.
Ugh.
Oh, that had to suck. She actually got fucking Caro syrup in her eye.
Woo! Eyeball gore time.
Oh, that looks good.
Thank you, Fulci. I still kind of like the zombie one where the
the wood.
Yeah, the wood. That's
spike.
pretty nice.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And when you buy it, the home video of it, in the back it says a new level of eyeball violence or something. It's pretty nice.
That's his big thing.
Yeah, it's new level of eyeball violence. Eyeball violence. It's pretty cool.
It's a very niche genre.
But yeah, I would fucking huge.
He's gonna have a heart attack.
He's like, fuck, I should do another Bond film instead. This is
I can't believe he hasn't died having sex yet with this chick.
But I fucking love Impaled and Exhumed. You guys are really overlooked. Even Exhumed, too, I don't think has been at the place it should have. Gore Metal still will always be my favorite record from Exhumed.
That was a fun record.
Yeah,
that record was a total pain in the ass to record.
Was it?
It was not the best situation, and just looking back, when you look back and you're like a dumb kid getting drunk every day in the recording studio,
sure.
What the fuck Jesus Christ, this sounds like shit. Holy fuck, this sucks.
I've been there before. It was fuck my vocals up. It's like, why did I just drink like I was cool, and then now I'm going to go to the vocal booth? It's like, you can't do that. Now my throat is like concrete.
Yeah, no, me and Matt had a lot of talks about that around the re-recording. We were like, man, there was like so many cooks in this kitchen. Oh, gnarly. Oh, he cut her panties in half.
That re-recording is... one of the discs is just the original album, right?
Yeah, I thought they did a pretty cool thing, because I can say they, because I wasn't jamming with
right.
them per se. They decided to package it together with the old and the new recording, which I thought was really cool and fair, which would have been cool to do. Impaled re-recorded our first record, too.
Nice.
Totally separate planning. There was no talking. Exhumed and Impaled have always been on similar paths.
Right.
And, there's a lot of Bay Area fucking connections. I guess we're just all the same kind of idiot. And I would have loved to have included the first record, but the whole reason Impaled re-recorded the first record, a large portion of the reason was that legally we can't do anything with the first record, because that's owned by the old label that we had kind of a falling out with. And,
that sucks.
Is that why all that stuff's hard to find?
Oh yeah, Mondo Medicale. That good luck. I don't think that'll ever be back in print.
I just spent $32 on it.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's the internet, right?
I know. I like physically having it, and I had it a long time ago and I had a bunch of my shit stolen. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
It was a good one. It was fun. But yeah, like that was the one that got us in big trouble with the label. We were already kind of on the outs with them, and then the last song on that, if you read the lyrics, it's basically a giant metaphorical slam on Necropolis Records, which they put it out, and then the guy who ran it was, he's like, oh, it's a great record, and then finally he read the lyrics, and I got a call, and it was threatening my life.
God.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get, it was the best. It was a drunk Englishman talking to me going, I'm going to get my soccer hooligan fans. We're going to come there and we're going to thrash you, man. We're going to beat you up. So I gave him my address. He never showed up.
Of course not.
And we've met since then, and things have been a little more peaceable. But the negotiations to get the record back in some kind of form has not really panned out, because it's like, oh, we met at a show and Paul's drunk again. I guess we're not talking contracts tonight.
Even that stuff on Willow Tip's out of print, isn't it?
I'm not sure what he's been keeping in print, but he's like a very small, kind of 1.5-man operation.
Right.
So, and it's not like he's got a lot of motivation to keep Impaled in check, when Impaled is pretty much probably never going to do a real tour ever again. So
right.
We're going to be playing. Impaled's going to be going to the Netherlands next year to play NDF, the Netherlands Death Fest that the guys who do MDF put on.
That's awesome.
Nice. Now, you guys were there a few years ago. Didn't you guys play at Maryland Death Fest?
Yeah, we played. We got a last-minute booking because they had a cancellation, so we had 2 weeks to figure our shit out together and get us all out there. And that includes Leon, our old guitar player vocalist, because we kind of folded him back in for the live show since we did the re-recording.
Right.
So, because he's also just a fucking awesome dude to hang out with and just be a shithead with.
Right.
He giggles every time you say the word fart.
That's like me,
Yeah. So, fart. There we go. All right.
It's, grew up with Nickelodeon and printed.
We had a great fucking show. That was so much fun. And then we flew out the next day to play Mexico City with Carcass, and that was awesome.
Nice.
That is
Seems
awesome.
like a fun place to play with Carcass. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Impaled and Carcass in Mexico just sounds great to me.
Yeah.
It was awesome. The only if I have one complaint, it was Jeff Walker's shoddy Spanish. That guy really loves trying to speak Spanish, and he was trying to do it on stage, and it was...
Like Bergeria didn't help any, I guess.
We met him a couple years ago. He was shit hammered.
Yeah, he was,
He was signing my stuff, and he's like, "You're going to put it all on eBay?"
He's a bit of a sardonic fella.
He was cool. Bill was way more hands-on, I thought, but...
Yeah, no, they all seem pretty... I think Jeff just has to be taken with, like, a giant boulder of salt. Wait, who's this chick with one arm?
She is...
wait, it's another character that makes no sense to the...
Yeah, that just reveals... Like, there's supposed to be twists, but it's just like, you can't have a twist without a build-up or something that happened where you kind of saw it coming. It's just like... This is the killer's daughter, and basically you figure out...
Oh, fucking reveal, dude. Nice one. Wait, I thought this chick just died. Oh, it's a different... God, I can't keep these blonde, blue-eyed Italian immigrants in check.
Basically, you find out he has a sick daughter, and that's why he kills hot women, because his daughter will never grow up to be a hot woman because she has one arm and she's
I don't know.
Bleeding from the eyeballs. I don't know.
I've seen some amputee porn that was pretty hot.
It's amputee clown porn is always the best.
All over me.
No. He just won't give her a chance. He should just kill himself, because that's fucked up.
What's the Argento? It's not opera, but one where it just all of a sudden. Or no, there's two. Didn't he have two like dwarf killers in his movies?
Yes.
Creepers has one, like all of a sudden at the end there's just like this creepy dwarf mutant kid that comes out of nowhere to try to kill Jennifer Connelly.
There's that. Oh yeah, there's that other
Inferno.
Yeah.
Is that
the other one?
I think
there's one where they think it's a doll, but it's actually a dwarf.
Is it Phenom? Is that
Phenomenon?
Phenomenon's the one with Jennifer Connelly.
Okay.
That's the one where she's like escaping from this fucking craziness, and she has bug powers.
No, there's another Italian film, but it's not I don't think it's Argento, but it's this guy looking for his daughter, and she's in like a red raincoat or some shit, And then at the end, it's some like really tiny old lady, and it's just fucking weird. I don't remember what movie that is. Yeah, I don't remember which one that is.
It's not Sleep. Was it Sleepless? No, it is. That is another dwarf killer. Sleepless, the one. That's actually a really good movie for 2/3 of it, and then it turns into a fucking total bullshit by the end. But yeah, that's got Sleepless is the one Max von Sydow's in it.
Oh wow, yeah.
He's really good in it. I saw, and it's like really creepy, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a dwarf who's killing people. That is completely unexplained.
Another J.J. Abrams thing I hate. It's like, let's just kill everybody that's cool in this movie. Oh, we'll kill Max von Sydow in the beginning of the movie. Thanks,
yeah,
asshole.
That was. What the fuck was? Oh my god, I hate that movie so much. Don't get me fucking started on that fucking movie. It won't end. Everything. The part. Oh, I don't know who talks here. Who starts talking here? Me or you? I forget how it goes. It's like, oh yeah, we all know movies. Yeah, movies. Like. Can you imagine, like, Carrie Fisher yelling that at Darth Vader? Like, oh, who goes first here, me or you? I forget how it goes. Fuck you, you sardonic wit. Go to hell.
That's how
this
the whole...
space opera.
This is how the whole new Ghostbusters is going to be, too. It's like, oh, you do? Yeah, you go? Okay, you go.
That Ghostbusters looks fucking wretched.
Fuck you guys, I'm totally going to go see it.
You're going to go see God damn.
I got a massive... crush on what's her name, Kate McKinnon.
That's the only reason. That's the only thing where I'm like, I don't know, but because it's her first feature film, I'm pretty sure, and I really like her in SNL. But she's
like the best on SNL.
I don't know.
Hilarious. I love Kristen Wiig on SNL too.
See, I like the women. That's not the problem. It's that Paul Feig asshole. I don't know. I don't like the shit that. I don't like the Bridesmaids or that stuff. Love the actors are great, but the whole.
See, I like Bridesmaids, and then I saw the one he did after that with the spy movie. I watched it on a plane one time. And I was like, this is a plane movie. It's like, I can pay attention to this because I'm on a plane and I have no other choice. It had some jokes, you know. It had jokes.
Right.
But it wasn't like, awesome.
That's the thing, you know.
Who's the cancer of comedy? Who's that guy that I hate?
The cancer of comedy?
Knocked Up and...
Oh, Judd Apatow.
I fucking hate that fuck.
I'm through with him. I'm sick.
No, I mean, every movie's the same. It's like, hey, it's so funny, but then there's something serious and tragic.
Yeah, he tries to hit you in the feels. He's like he's got a formula down that works, and you know it gets fucking.
But now it's boring.
He makes the same movie every other year.
Yeah, I mean, there was a charm the first time you saw it where you're like, well, these people are kind of. It's kind of like the first time you saw a Kevin Smith movie. Like you're like, well, I never heard people talk like this in a movie before.
Right.
You know, and then like by the fucking fourth movie, you're like, Jesus Christ, this is just how Kevin Smith talks.
Right.
It's just a bunch of metaphors and similes the whole movie, and it's jokes.
Yeah,
it's
like Reservoir Dogs too. Like you never heard like criminals make pop culture references, and then by the time like guys in the old West are making pop culture references, I just want to fucking shoot them in the face.
But it's like, you know, you get tired of just insult humor after a while because it's like, you know, you can it's funny roasting somebody else eventually, but it gets tiresome, and it's just like, you know, now you sound like a Lil Wayne song. You're just like constant. You're like this. Well, you like that, you know.
Judd Apatow, I'm sick of him putting his gnarly anorexic wife in every film too. It's like,
who's his wife?
Leslie Mann. She's like the.
That singer.
No, she's a. Is she a singer? She's in all those Apatow movies. She's like the.
She's
in 40-Year-Old Virgin. She's the bitch that drunk drives and like pukes on him or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's in like all his movies. It's just like it's the Rob Zombie from I got to put you in here because you tell everybody you're a star.
Yeah, based. Yeah, what's her name? Moon Unit Zombie.
Moon Unit Zombie.
So wait, is this chick the New York Ripper? Because I haven't been paying attention.
That's the only thing that gets you. You're like,
the dude's the Ripper, right?
It's the dude for sure, but
and she just like took him out with like that. That's done.
Now she's.
That's it. We get a sweater cut. I want some fucking gore, Fulci. You gave us that great eyeball scene.
He was like, well, I already did the eyeball, so you know, that's what you get. Yeah, he's just.
Is that seriously it?
He just got.
He's done.
It's the sweater massacre.
Jesus Christ, fuck you, Lucio Fulci. You fucking suck.
No, there he is. Quack, quack, quack.
Quacky.
He's like, I'm going to strangle you like my turtleneck. He's just
That is a pretty sweet turtleneck.
He's just so passionate about his daughter.
Oh! Okay. Payoff.
Nice.
That was a good cheek. I've never seen a cheek shot.
He's like, for your eyes only, bitch.
And then there you got the
duck.
the little duck.
It all makes sense now.
It's like he calls her quacking. That's just so weird.
He kills this father, kills prostitutes while quacking, and then also talks to his daughter while quacking. That is an extra level of creep.
Fulci nails it. He's just a goddamn weirdo.
Oh, then we get the expository ending where she explains it all.
Yeah. Even though they totally understand, because he's like, hey man, I wouldn't have shot him in the fucking jaw if I didn't know he was crazy.
That guy's like, you're going to be fine. We're going to go to my house and look at my magazines.
Yeah, like, don't worry, I can touch you. I'm gay.
We'll take him to the beat-off theater. So.
Why the fuck was he like that? Why did he have to be buying porno mags? That's supposed to throw you off, like you might think he's a gay guy killing all the prostitutes in New York.
I think at the time, even I guess Fulci wanted to offend people by, it's like, hey, he's getting gay porn in New York, you guys are gay.
Really, he's actually a very progressive character because he turns out that he can enjoy gay porn and be a capable scientist. Maybe Fulci.
It's unheard of.
That's the big statement going on here. Fulci's actually a really progressive guy, except for women. He hates the fuck out of women.
But he loves ducks, but he hates women.
I have a question for you. The Impaled shirts and stuff I see on eBay, is that all boot stuff?
No, most of that's a lot of. There might be some. I can't keep track of that shit. But there's a lot that comes from this place, Hangar 19. It's a local guy.
So Hangar 19 is legit.
Yeah. We give him. He gives us royalties for sure.
Okay, cool.
He's totally cool.
I was looking for a shirt, so I was like, I wanted to ask. I didn't know if that was a good place to.
Yeah. He's all over eBay, and he's got his. I'll go ahead and plug his website, punkstuff.com.
Okay.
Awesome.
So he has he carries a lot of shit like Impaled and Ghoul and stuff like that. So
I noticed he had the Ghoul stuff as well. So.
Yeah, for those of you listening, go to punkstuff.com and buy some fucking merch. You actually get royalties out of it. That's cool. It goes straight to the source. I like that.
I can just go ahead and plug. Go ahead and go to Indie Merch and look for Ghoul shirts there. That's a pretty good band. You should buy some shirts.
Indie Merch has some good stuff as well. They got, pretty much everything, really.
They're pretty awesome printers, man.
Yeah.
The shirts come out great.
The new Aborted stuff came out from, all the Aborted stuff actually has been put out on Indie Merch, like their, the Retro Gore album and their last bunch of shit. They package a lot of stuff in. They have quite a few packages you can buy of all different kinds of stuff. And
isn't that where Metal Blade uses most of their...
Yeah. Metal Blade.
Yeah, they've gotten pretty big, Indie Merch. They call themselves Indie Merch. They're probably putting a lot of indie guys out of business because it's so good.
Right.
And, they have, that band Ghoul that you mentioned. They got a lot of their stuff on there, so you can buy their stuff too. And,
Story by a bunch of fucking idiots. Reading the credits. I love that these guys just get all these Italian filmmakers just need to go on vacation in New York for a couple weeks and make a crappy movie.
So overall, your thoughts on the Quack film?
It's like every Fulci movie, man. It's like great gore and just utter garbage in between.
He tries to set up a police.
A lot of hot-looking chicks that will get naked for him. So I guess I'll hand him that. Like Zombie, all those movies. I was like, at least this one, the Beyond is like one of the ones I get so mad at. I'm like, those pipe cleaner fucking spiders, I can't take it.
No.
It's like, But then it's like the gore happens. You're like, cool, eyeball kill, but it's like I had to sit through 90 minutes of really, really shitty Italian-English dialogue to get there.
I think the worst one is House by the Cemetery, if you've ever seen that one.
It's pretty rough.
That's that fucking annoying-looking Italian kid that's in that film the whole time. Is the most annoying shit of that movie. It's like, I don't know, sometimes if people, just though I try not to be a judgmental piece of shit, but it's like, if your face annoys me, I don't want anything to do with you. And nobody can help that, but it's like, in that movie, that kid makes that whole movie unbearable because I just hate his face.
I love when they have Italian kids in the Italian movies because they always get dubbed by an obviously adult woman.
Yeah. And he's just like, mammy. It's just like, oh my god, I can't handle this.
Yeah, I was going to mention that because I wanted to fucking slam Rob Zombie some more.
Yeah, please do.
I actually want to recommend what I thought was pretty good was as far as like a throwback kind of period piece, like kind of harkening back to 70s, was The House of the Devil.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
They made a remake of that, didn't they?
Well, that's the 2000. No, it was a 2009 movie.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just a newer movie. Okay.
Yeah, it's a newer movie, and it's like kind of set. It's like nebulously set in the 80s, kind of, and like so there's no cell phones and shit like that.
Cool.
But it's like a really quiet build-up horror movie. I like shit like that. Then it's got then it kind of pays off at the end with like some satanic cult shit. But there's some good kills But yeah, it's like really creepy and quiet. I like shit like Rosemary's Baby and stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
House of the Devil.
Yeah, House of the Devil. That was like as far as a throwback movie, I thought that was one of the
cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I like with modern horror, it's just I can't take it seriously. Like if you ever saw Scream 4, it's like a Wes Craven movie with iPhones. I was just like, they're like seriously.
All those movies are terrible. I hated all of those.
But the newest one specifically, it's like they're using like Facebook and all. They're plugging all this modern shit, but it's like it's a huge I love media
that
plug.
They go to the internet and they have to like search gaggle.com or something. There's nothing more exciting than a search engine scene.
Yeah,
it's fucking. I'd tell you one of the worst things I saw. That It Follows movie, and everybody was just jerking off about it, and I hated it.
I've heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it.
I fucking hated it. And there was another one that everybody kept stroking off about, and I watched it. And it's a total play to the 80s, and it's terrible. It's supposed to be like a slasher, and it's fucking horrible.
I remember when Hatchet came out, people were raving about that. I thought it was garbage.
Thank you for saying that. I told Kane Hodder it was garbage and then ran.
He was like, he's like, did y'all want?
He was to my girlfriend. He was like, did you guys want a Hatchet print? I was just like, no, those movies are shit. And then I just ran.
I'd rather watch Jason X than Hatchet.
Me too. I saw Jason X in theaters and I laughed my fucking balls off.
Yeah, I think, and I was like,
and the kills are good,
One I thought was pretty good. That I like Freddy vs. Jason.
I did too.
Yeah. They're like, it's ridiculous. I was like, yes.
It's Freddy versus Jason, it's not supposed to be serious.
Like, the dialogue is so dumb. I'm like, do you guys watch the original movie?
You guys watch horror films?
Good. Like they're rad, but they're not like well made like cinema or something. They're fucking slasher movies.
Right.
What did you think of the 2009 Friday the 13th?
I never saw that one. I kind of like. I didn't like the Texas Chainsaw. I watched 15 minutes of the Texas Chainsaw remake, turned it off. Couldn't take it.
Gotcha.
I wasn't into it, and like just the way that it was kind of like MTV cinematography. Like, I was like, I don't need you guys to pander to me. Yeah, that's like House of the Devil, like I was talking about. I like that one because it was like really slow moving. It didn't have quick cuts. It was, it was like. It was filmed like it was from that time period. It didn't just have somebody like playing a record so you knew it was back in time.
The movie I was trying to think of a second ago was that Lost After Dark.
I never saw that.
I didn't see that one.
It's horrible. I mean, if you grow up watching this, and I did in the 80s, and it's like they're trying to, this is. It's like no, and then the guy goes out and Fangori's like, I'm the king of horror. It's like no, you're not.
Too many winks and nods, and I'm out.
Yeah,
it is. That movie's offensive.
Yeah. It's like just try to make something original. If it turns out it influence is different than like purposely adding shit for the sake of the fact. It's just make a fucking film. If you want to make nods, be creative about it. Maybe just do it your own take on something.
I like a few nods is fun. Bride of Chucky, the first, like at the beginning they go through like the evidence locker and there's like Jason mask and a chainsaw.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
And then that was it. And then the rest of it's just like a comedy horror movie.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
And the soundtrack was actually decent. It had fucking Slayer on it and shit. And then you get this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's like, if you buy the 3-disc DVD, you get the Moto Grader music video.
No, not Moto Grader. Oh my god, I haven't thought of that band.
You get the Moto Grader fucking soundtrack song music video. It's just like, that's fucking gay.
Isn't that the band that invented their own instrument called the Moto Grader?
Yeah, and it's...
how'd that take off?
And the singer's in Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, he's the guy who like
Yeah.
is all drunk and getting like they're suing because they're
He's
basically the band
he's that little midget that's in Five Finger Death
He's
Punch.
getting sued?
The band is getting sued by their label because basically the band is pushing the singer because they're watching him fizzle out, like he's basically just insane and an alcoholic, and the band keeps pushing him, and the label's like suing the band because they're like, you need to take care of this guy and keep your band going, and the band's like, hey, we just want to cash out, fuck this guy. That's what the news stories were saying.
That's funny.
It seems like a real fucking piece of shit. I don't know.
We make fun of him all the time. That Corey and I'll call each other. And it's just like, hey man, I got your 6.
Oh, buddy. Oh.
It's like that guy in the
That new whatever that is, that butt rock shit. That fucking
the guy buys the porno mag and the gay porn and New York Ripper, and the newsstand guy like grabs his hand and he's like, hey man, I got your 6.
yeah.
He's like,
That's awesome. All right, guys, it's been real, but I got to cut.
Man, thank you for doing this.
This is Dr. Ross Sewage from Exhumed and Impaled, and you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast.